Is the Aqara G2H the best HomeKit camera yet? Let's talk about it. Welcome back, friends. If this is your first time here, my name is Eric. If you're into smart homes, home automation, and especially HomeKit, you're definitely in the right place. Today's video is a part of my HomeKit series, and for full disclosure, Aqara did send this out to me for a full honest review, but that's not going to sway my opinion in one way or another. If I don't like something, I'm definitely going to let you know. I'll also be leaving a link down below to my full pros and cons list on my website. So if you want to get an update on this product 6 months from now or a year from now, I do update that on a regular basis, so definitely check that out. I mentioned the Aqara G2H is probably one of the best HomeKit cameras out there, if not the best. Not only is it a HomeKit camera, but it's also a Zigbee 3.0 hub for all the other Aqara products. So not only are you getting a camera, but you're also getting the hub, which connects to like their flood sensors, their motion sensor, their switches, and exposes them all to HomeKit. Normally these hubs for Aqara run about $50 or $60. So for an extra, what, 20, 30 bucks, you're also getting a camera. And I think that is well worth it. How good of a camera is it? Well, it is a 1080p camera. There are other HomeKit cameras that run at 2K. To me, I didn't see a difference, which I will be comparing these cameras and the footage in a upcoming video. If that video is available, I'll put a card right up there. But this is a 1080p camera running at 24 frames per second with 140-degree field of vision. This is a night vision test about 3 feet away from the camera. Night vision test about 10 feet, and now night vision about 15 feet away from the camera. Another nice feature that this has, which is also a must-have for me personally, is a way to record 24/7. Aqara does have a micro SD card slot at the bottom of the device, and if you go into their Aqara app, you can turn on that 24/7 recording. But if you only want to use HomeKit secure video, I understand that also, but I do really like that 24/7 recording option. Came to the 24/7 recordings, it did record without internet access, so you don't have to worry about that. You can access the footage either on the Aqara app, or you can actually pop out the card and put this in your computer. I did find when I did look at the file on the computer, it's a little bit confusing. I kind of felt like it was a little bit disorganized, but if I sat there a little bit longer, I'm sure I could figure out what was what. But if I was looking for something very specific, it probably would take me a while to figure it out. On the front of the device is the microphone, and on the back is the speaker, so you can have two-way audio. I did find the speaker to be clear and loud, but I did find in the Home app, when you did talk and it was at the loudest level, you did get a little bit of feedback.
Test of the G2H. I am getting a little bit of feedback. Not too bad. Alright, this is a sound test at 50% volume. Now I am not getting any feedback at all. How do I sound? How do I sound?
You do have a single button, which is used for syncing other Aqara devices. At the bottom of the device, you do have this awesome stand, so you can get that perfect angle. You can actually rotate it 360 degrees and you can tilt it any which way that you want. The bottom is also magnetic, so you can pop this onto something metal. Actually, they include this nice little metal plate, so you can screw that down, or a 3M double-sided adhesive that you can place this camera anywhere. It also comes with a micro USB wire. Yes, I did say micro USB. Even a brand new device in 2020 is still coming with micro USB. I wish these companies would get with the times and make all these devices USB-C, but it is what it is, and honestly, I still love the camera. Now, when it comes to price, unfortunately, I can't tell you what that is just yet. I can tell you the Chinese version, which is available on Banggood, is about $60, and there's not much difference between the two versions. You do want to pick the US version up if you're in the US. I'll be leaving affiliate links down below where you can check on the pricing. Currently in the US, it's only available in white, but in the near future, the other colors will be available. You can get royal blue, red, or this yellow, which to me kind of looks like a little minion. So now let's go ahead and jump into the Aqara app to see what this looks like in the Aqara app, even though I have a feeling most people are not going to be using their Aqara app. You're going to be using HomeKit, which I'll put a time stamp right there if you just want to see what it looks like in HomeKit. Like I mentioned, the camera is also a hub, so that's a huge benefit in my opinion, where you can connect other Aqara devices. As you can see here, going into the camera, you can see how quickly it loads. At the very bottom, you do have the timeline. You can zoom in and out so you can focus on a particular area. Anytime it's a different color, that just means it picked up some motion. And now quickly jumping into the important settings, most importantly is that SD card slot where you can activate 24/7 recording. You can also record to the SD card just based off motion, but I think it's really beneficial to have that 24/7 and really makes this camera stand out. You also have an option of activity zones or detection regions, so if you don't want to get notified of all movement in the camera, you can identify specific areas of the footage that you want to get notified of movement. And then the last feature I'm going to point out is the alert frequency. And what this is the cool off period between notifications. So if you get a notification of a delivery, you look at it and you're just like, okay, it's the delivery guy, and you turn off the notification. Next thing you know, we come home and the package is missing. The thing is that you look at the footage and a thief was right around the corner and took that package within that 3-minute period. Now the likelihood of that happening is very slim, but it would be nice to have a little bit more customization where you can take that time down all the way to something like 30 seconds. But if you're going to be using this with HomeKit Secure Video, the cooldown period in HomeKit Secure Videos is a lot shorter. I couldn't figure out if it's 30 seconds, sometimes it was 10 seconds, so I'm not quite sure how that algorithm works, but it was definitely a much shorter period. Now jumping into the Apple's Home app, I think this is where the camera really shines. Now I am using iOS Beta 5. Not everyone's going to be on iOS when this video comes out. If you're still using iOS 13, you're not going to get a lot of these features. You will need an iCloud storage plan. If you have the 200 gigabyte version, you can have one HomeKit Secure Video. If you have the 2 terabyte plan, I think which is about $10 a month, you can have up to 5 HomeKit Secure Video cameras. One thing I was surprised about is how fast this loads into the live view, and just like that, we are live. And you do have a exposed motion sensor. This is a pixel motion sensor. It is not an infrared. So if you do want to put this camera in Windows, I have tested it. It works quite well. But you do want to remember to turn off the status light and night vision, because those lights will reflect off of the glass and back into the camera. You can use this motion sensor if you want to trigger automations within HomeKit, which is extremely useful. At the very bottom, you do have your timeline and motion recordings, which do get backed up to your iCloud account for 10 days. You can also download any of these clips anytime you want to directly to your phone, or you can email it or text it out. And in settings, you're going to have a lot of different options to customize your notifications and recording periods. If you don't want recording when you're home, you can turn off recordings or just allow streaming, and then you can have it automatically turn recording back on when you leave the house. In iOS 14, you're also going to have facial recognition. I've been playing around with this. It works pretty well, but it's not perfect. They still have to work out a lot of bugs. And then you're also going to have activity zones, so you can draw out zones that you want to get notified of motion. You can draw as many as you want in any shape you want, which is really, really cool and different from their Aqara app. See how jam-packed this camera is with features. I love that it's a 2-in-1 device where you get the camera and also the hub, so you don't need to have that extra expense of a hub. And hands down, this is one of the best HomeKit cameras I've tested thus far. If you guys want to get an update on this camera as I continue using this, definitely check out my full pros and cons list, which is down below. And if you guys want to see the next video in my HomeKit series, check that video out right there. If you're brand new here, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. I'm out. No, nothing can break me. And shout out to Adam from Adam's Tech Life for coming up with that guy's little name, Third Eye. Really like it. Thanks, Adam.